Great having you with us. You guys were able to retain a lot from last season, right? You bring back a lot, which in this day and age is half the battle, right? It's part of the landscape that we're in right now. What excites you most about being able to have so many key players back and be able to develop them for another year?
Well, I would say I'm one of the lucky coaches, and I have to take hats off to my staff in being able to retain players as much as we have over, I would say, the last 3 years, 4 years. Last year we graduated a lot, but they had been here for 4 and 5 years, and so we're intentional about building relationships with our student athletes, not only obviously bringing in recruits and things like that, but we try to do a really good job of building relationships with our players that are on campus. And so, really excited that we're able to bring back the young ladies that still had playing time or playing days ahead. And so, obviously, excited for this young lady beside me to continue to run our show.
Coach, what's the conversations been like of how you envision her growing her role and elevating it and taking it to another level this year?
Yes. Well, most people don't realize having Acacia Davis and Sabria Dean, JC was second on our team in shot attempts last year. And so her ability to score when our team needs it has been really good. This year we've worked on, court vision. With the pieces that we've put around her now, she has a lot more options to go to and scoring ability from her teammates, and so we're really excited about I'm really excited about seeing her be a true point guard, being able to facilitate, but also continue to score when we need her to.
Yeah, JC, what are you most excited about heading into this season? Based on what your coach just said about what you've been working on, what are you excited to showcase and experience this year?
Yeah, I'm just excited to see how well we do as a team this year. And we've been working really hard. It's not easy to, rebuild the team, but we've put in a lot of work. I think the main key is just staying consistent within that work and really trusting the process, trusting our coaches, and trusting ourselves and having confidence in ourselves. And I just can't wait to see what I do this year, what my teammates do this year. Um, and yeah, I'm just excited for that, really.
So you led the team last year in assists, third leading scorer. Do you have any individual goals of something you would like to accomplish this season?
Yeah, my goals. It's more so on the defensive side. I want to be on the defensive.
Team.
Yeah, the defensive team, and yeah. So in practice, Coach Ray he be on me about picking up full court, um, and really sitting down and guarding, and actually like taking pride in my one-on-one defensive matchups. So that's really what I'm looking forward to. And then just on the offensive side, leading my team, making the right reads, making the right decisions, and trusting Coach Aqua, and like allowing her to coach me, and just trusting the process.
Yeah, Aqua, you bring back some key pieces, but you also add some newcomers to this group. And there's one in particular I want to start off by talking about, and it's a freshman that you have coming in, Shayla Foreman. I heard she's had a really, really good off season. What's impressed you about her so far?
Shayla comes in. I mean, she has a big time frame. She can play multiple positions. She comes from a winning program where she won state championships, player of the year, uh, Gatorade player of the year in Louisiana. Like, she's a phenomenal asset to what we have to do. And, we can play her anywhere. I mean, she could play 1 through 4 for us if we needed her to. But her ability to score the basketball, her ability to guard on the other end, is really going to help us because she can play 2 ways. So really excited about her. She's a very unselfish player. So being able to distribute, get her teammates involved, we're really excited about Shayla Foreman and what she brings, and being able to utilize her in different situations.
Hey, it doesn't matter what level. As if they're winning, if they're a two-time state champion, that's exactly the type of player you want in your program. Coach, another player that's a newcomer I want to mention is Molly Powell. She's going to also be playing softball. Talk about
Right.
that balance and why you encourage her to do both.
Yeah, so Molly was probably one of the first people that I tried to recruit when I first took over here at Lamar. And I mean, I was at softball games, I was at HJ, just really, trying to get Molly to join. Because of her size, because of who she is as a person. Her family is well known in our community, but she's a great asset, unbelievable student athlete. But she's going to provide some athleticism. She rebounds really, really well. I don't know. It's probably She probably lost maybe 10 games in high school and on the basketball floor. But they she She's very versatile. I can play her inside, out. She can stretch the floor, shoot the 3 4s, and she's just a workhorse. And so, really excited to have her on our team. But for her to play softball, I knew that's something that she loved. Um, I know it was still a passion of hers that she still wanted to do. And so, our seasons doesn't really conflict. And me and Coach Amy Hooks connected, and we were like, hey, if she wants to do both, I'm totally fine with it. So during the summer, she kind of bounce between the two of us. In the fall, she's all basketball, and then once we complete basketball, she'll go over to softball.
JC, are we going to have some team outings to some softball games? You ready to watch softball?
Of course, we're gonna be there for our girl Molly and the softball team. We got to support.
Have we played just as fun, like the basketball team together, to see if you guys, also could, maybe play some softball in the off season, or no?
No. I think Cam and KJ they did a little outing, a video of playing softball or baseball, and it did not go too well. And I don't think that's a tough sport. I'm not gonna lie. The hand-eye coordination, you really got to be locked in and dialed into that ball. But I mean, it looked fun, but I don't know if we could pull it off.
Yeah, maybe like a
Yeah.
I love it. Well, another player I really want to talk about is Talia Minor, not just because we have the same name, which I love, but also because she now has the space to really get a lot more minutes this year. She has a lot more opportunity, right? What have you liked about the progression, and has she maybe stepped into a bigger role this offseason for you guys?
Absolutely. Talia, she's obviously from New Orleans. We call her Lily. So, but she hasn't went home all summer. Like, she just stayed here, and this has been 2 summers in a row. She's continuing to grow her game. I wish we had more games down the stretch at the end of the season last year, because I thought she was just hitting her stride, and she just picked that right back up this summer and continued to grow her game. Has a really good face-up game now, really confident in her shot, stretching the floor. And so her role is going to be huge for us. But she's also just the energy on our team. She's willing to talk. She keeps our young ladies together. She wants to win at all costs, and her energy is very contagious. So really excited that we were able to retain her and get her back for her 5th year.
Coach, I know we talked about JC and what she can do on offense, but then she mentions that she wants to be in the all defensive team. When she told you that, how encouraging was it that, she really had to or wanted to challenge herself with something like that this season?
Well, I thought that's the next step of her game, right? She's really hard to guard, but what would be even tougher is if, people couldn't get past her, right? And so we always go in and try to challenge them in the spring of what they wanted to work on, and that was one of the first things that she mentioned. And so going up against our practice guys, going up against Coach Ray each and every day makes it tough. And JC is one that really wants to challenge herself. She wants to be better. She wants to be great. She's a selfless player that is willing to do whatever she can for our team. And we found that was an area that we really wanted her to improve. And so for her to want to be on the all defensive team, I'm excited about it because I'm a defensive coach. Like, I love offense, but my heart is on the defensive end. As they say, defense wins championships.
Yeah. Does the rest of the group have that motivation heading into this year too? What's the mindset been like from your point of view?
Yeah, well, we want to play fast. And a lot of people say they want to play fast, but when you're taking the ball out of the net or you're allowing people to score the basketball, how can you play fast? And so it has to start on the defensive end and try to create, easy baskets. People may score, but they're not going to score the way they want to. We're going to make it hard for them. I also think that as a team, as a whole, we're a lot more athletic than we have been in the past. And so now getting up and down the floor, throwing different defensive schemes out is something that we're looking forward to this year.
Coach, you have a couple notable non-conference opponents that are Big 12 teams. How do you think playing a Kansas State and a Kansas will help prepare you for Southland Conference play?
Well, we typically doesn't we don't shy away from playing the big games, man. We our schedule is typically tough throughout the years, and I want our young ladies to experience um, just different styles of basketball, and what it's a cool place to go up in Kansas. Also going back to a place that I coached at where the original rules are placed at the University of Kansas. And so we're excited to play, Coach Brandon, who's like my big brother, and excited to play Coach Mitty, who I played when I was a player, played against. I think it'll be a great challenge. I think it'll help prepare us for our conference play, because I think this year there's a lot of great teams in our conference with the addition of the new coaches. So I'm really excited about the season and how this non-conference is going to prepare us.
Yeah, JC, what excites you the most about being able to play tough competition like that on the road in a good environment? Obviously, you guys have a great environment as well, but being able to go to those Big 12 arenas, play against some great coaches, some great players, what excites you?
Really the experience. Not a lot of people really get that experience. Just being able to play against tough competition and seeing how well seeing how well the team plays together when things get tough, because it's not always going to be easy. And just seeing how well we stick together. And personally, me, I like being an underdog. So going into that situation, it's like, it's big opportunities, and just to be able to do that and, ball out with your girls. And, yeah.
Yeah, Coach was talking about how you're going up against the practice players that are maybe guys every day and just scrimmaging against each other. You're wanting to ball out with the girls. How just excited are you for the season and to finally get things going and playing someone else besides each other?
It's very exciting to be able to, really go out and play other people, because in practice we always going at each other. It's rough. Like, we know each other plays, so it's like we kind of cheating plays, or we doing this, doing that. But when you go up against somebody that, don't really know what you do, or they're not there with you in practice, it's like, okay, now you really get to see like how well or how good we can execute plays, or how good our defense really is against other opponents. And it's just an exciting feeling whenever you feel like, things are really coming together and you're playing well with each other, and just being able to, I don't know, just play well, I guess.
Yeah, Aqua, I heard that competitive nature also extends to the coaching staff. A little birdie told me that you guys like to make bets against each other all the time, and there have been maybe some push-ups done recently if a player makes a shot or if certain things happen in practice. What's the vibe like when you're making those bets with each other?
Yeah, it's I have a really competitive staff. I don't care if we're, I don't know, flipping pencils or whatever. We're really competitive. We rotate who coach which team throughout practice, because it's just a great experience. I want to not only get my coaches involved, but also allow them to have ownership of this team. But I mean, the players see us compete each and every day, and so then it just carries that over to them. And so yeah, it gets a little competitive in practice or in whatever
I
we're
love
doing.
it. That's super fun. I'm excited to maybe hear more about these bets during the season and see what ends up happening there. But yeah, it's very excited to see what you guys can do. Really looking forward to watching you guys, and we appreciate you coming on to join us.
Absolutely appreciate you guys, and thank you.
Thank y'all.